I'd like to now introduce Dr. Brad Carpenter. He is the Biological and Physical Sciences Fundamental Physics Program Scientist at NASA headquarters. So welcome, Brad.
Hey, I'm not going to take too much time on this cavalcade of stars you've got at the opening of this meeting, but it's really important just to say a few things here about fundamental physics and lunar surface science. We have a real opportunity here. It's sort of a scary thing when you're looking at a new opportunity that you haven't explored before as a scientist or in a field, because you haven't done it before, and you aren't funded to do it yet. So you've got to go out and if you're an individual scientist, you've got to write a proposal that works. What we have to do is get funding for this work. We've had a dusty plasma program on the ISS that's been very successful, and we have recommendations out of the Plasma 2020 decadal, another decadal, for continued work in that field. But it's really not something that feeds directly into our planning. This workshop, on the other hand, does directly impact our planning. The decadal that's underway right now is going to set priorities for our program. And as we attempt to take our successful work on the ISS and look for ways to apply it in lunar science, to understand both the applications of dusty plasma physics for dust mitigation, and to understand the physics of dusty plasmas and complex plasmas in the lunar environment. This is something that is going to be we're going to need to keep separate from planetary science and their more general work modeling planetary processes. But we have a understanding in principle that there's room for us in a physics-based research program, experimental physics on the moon. And we've had a science definition team chaired by Christine Hartzell from the University of Maryland, with important contributions from a broad team. And a number of the members are here today to present, and tomorrow to present, including Troll Hyde from Baylor and Paul Bellin from Caltech. And they're here to communicate with our community, to tell our community, what we've done in this definition team to try to build a program for dusty plasma research. And the next step in our process of trying to build that program and get it underway is to get it into the decadal, get a recommendation priority, and to start funding research and ultimately building flight experiments. We also have a program looking at fundamental physics from the other perspective in fundamental physics, the test of the major theories of physics, like understanding the limits of general relativity using lunar-based experimental assets. And we've got Slava Churchev, who's been a leader in this field for many decades, who's organized a very interesting session that I hope will lead us to some good ideas for future fundamental physics experiments on the surface. With that, I am going to step out, and if there are any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. But I think the next speaker has got a much more important message. Kristen Van Vliet, who's representing the decadal, is definitely the audience for this work, because the decadal survey committee is trying to listen to the community here, and really grateful that she's participating, and that's my message for today.
Great. Thank you very much, Brad.